Well, this is the Ohio Group discussion, I guess. The Ohio Group rundown of how the Ohio Group is looking. I am very, very happy with what I've seen so far. Voyage of Ice and Fire. I told you guys those shares wouldn't last long on the open market. As soon as the open house was over, boom, they were gone. How couldn't they be? That was quite an explosive brush on the end of the mile for that guy on open house day. If you haven't seen the video, go back and look at it. He was very, very good. Slim Jimmy, couple of made breaks. You look, the winner, I was winning the set, made a break. James made a break. Amy made a break in the inside, and here come old meat and potatoes Jimmy charging through the middle. He looked fantastic. Prairie Fire, you can see there's a lot of talent there with this guy. Made a little break on Brody coming out of the turn, but every week he looks better and stronger. He's touching his ankle. We're going to make a little shoeing change this week. I suspect the next time we bring you a drone video, you'll be very impressed with what you see from Prairie Fire. Luck of the Dragon continues to look good again, pacing better, getting stronger, more confident, more intelligent. Exactly what we want to see, exactly why we put him in this group. Now, Kathy with an eye. I told you guys I was going to put the hobbles on Kathy with an eye. I trained her real hard, and not training her fast in the training sense, but I worked her and worked her and worked her and worked her all week, to the point where James said, geez, you worked her pretty hard, didn't you? And I was gone the other day, and James forgot to tell me how good Kathy with an eye was, because he knew that I would give him the, oh, I guess she was okay after all that work. And I guess she was fantastic the other day. He was raving about her, but didn't rave to me about her. I was in Pennsylvania. When I asked him how the horses went, it didn't come up to me, but then it was only later that Amy said, yeah, James said Kathy and I was fantastic. He kept talking about her, really impressed with her. And then Amy said, and then I brought up how hard you trained her, and he didn't say a word. So it wasn't that she did any extra training, any harder training. I just worked on her all week. Every day she turned and went the right way of the track. Tightened her hobbles up, loosened them up, changed her equipment, even changed her shoes. Much better as she got stronger. Exactly what I knew she would do. And Kathy with an eye, pay attention what I just said. Kathy with an eye could be a force in 2021. I've seen the Uncle Peter breed, how they operate, how they train down, and the ones that are tough as iron like this filly, those are the ones that end up being our best horses. So Kathy with an eye is a horse you may want to remember her name. Of course you will. You own a piece of her. Granite Hill. I'm gonna have to start going with Granite Hill. He just, how did the lady that works for us, Deb, loves Granite Hill. She said he's just like a big puppy dog, and he's a stud. So there's no real point in gelding him right now. We probably will at some point, but he just needs to focus on his work. So I'll probably take him under my wing and work with him. This week I got a lot going on where I have to do a little traveling, but next week I'll be extra diligent with going with Granite Hill. Globe Trotting should be coming back in March. I know I looked at the schedule of Spirit of Dio. She has to come back in earlier. She has to leave the farm January 15th. We've decided to send her to the Andy Miller stable in New Jersey, where her stake races, a lot of them will be. Made sense. I talked to Len about it, and he said, geez, what about Julie Miller? I said, it's pretty hard to say anything negative about Julie Miller and Andy Miller. They do a great job. So yeah, that makes sense. Now that has nothing to do with Globetrotting. She'll be out till March. I'm not in any hurry with Globetrotting. Maybe end of February we'll bring her in, start her up. I don't even want to turn her the right way of the track until the corks are long gone. The 4-year-old season of Globetrotting is going to be a resurgence of the 2-year-old version of Globetrotting. I think the 3-year-old version of her was just a filly hanging on, right? She was just doing her work best she could. We're going to give her all the tools to do it properly in 2021. Cruising in Style. This is a horse that'll likely make his next start. I know he's entered for Friday at the Meadows. If he doesn't get entered in the numbers of 4,500, we're going to take him to Northfield. And then after that, he may actually have to go to New York. Now, before everybody freaks out about New York, I may just take us off. Take the Ohio Group off the ownership of Cruising in Style. New York is forcing our hand in the sense that we can't own this horse in New York. I'm not going to ask our clients that own small micro shares, in this case, micro shares of horses, to get licensed. So I think this will be the undoing of New York State if they continue to do operate business in this manner. It's not good for anybody, forcing people out. It's forcing us into a terrible position. But I think Cruising in Style needs to go there and get freshened up. He is a New York bred. There is options to race him in Yonkers and Monticello to get bravened up. So that may be somebody. We're not looking to get rid of him for now, but the Ohio Group may not be able to be on the papers of Cruising in Style. Compass Rose DC has been great, continues to be great, and I'm looking forward to a 2021 with this filly. This is a strong group of horses. I guess this is why we built it, right? Very happy with the Ohio group. You guys should be also. Looking forward to 2021 with all of you. Take care.